That wasn't me you bought from.
Good afternoon. Heading to the elevator, are we? Are you headed for the port by any chance?
Why do you ask?
Oh, it's just a trifle. There's a young woman who lives there. Her name's Jeanette, and I'm Kramer, the merchant. You might remind her of me and my grain.
Why don't you just go yourself?
How can I? The Artisanians don't let anyone descend, in light of the threat presented by Cedric the Bandit. That's according to Damien. Curse him. I've already paid for the grain, and soon it's gonna rot. But if you could talk to Jeanette, the elevator is still working. You can go up whenever you want.
Did you hear that? A man-eating troll is living in the old part of my dam.
Old Didion has gone completely bungaroo. Yesterday he was talking about...
Jeanette?
Yeah, so?
A merchant named Kramer is complaining his grain hasn't been delivered.
Oh, come now. How am I supposed to know where his grain is? I mean, I do receive goods, register them, and put the entry in the log. But I don't remember any grain arriving. None at all.
Kramer is expecting an answer. He told me to ask you specifically.
I don't know. The ship hasn't arrived yet. The weather's been poor. Gromus said storms were approaching from the east, making navigation... Kramer will simply have to wait. Now kindly leave me alone.
Why so skittish, little colt?
Weather's pretty good these last few days.
You seem unhappy again.
Misery is the hallmark of these times. Those darned mice are the worst.
Are you scared of mice?
Rick's deathly afraid of mice. They spread disease, you know. One such pesky creature might have come here all the way from the Mage Factory. George used to catch them, but now...
George? What happened?
He got poisoned, poor thing. Someone must have been exterminating mice. George caught a poisoned one and choked. Except the number of mice isn't getting any lower. Guess those cunning rodents have a nice food stash somewhere or other.
Could that food stash be the lost grain? I should look into this. This grain's gone completely rancid. It's as though this bag was left here for the mice. The grain's going bad. Was it left to rot on purpose?
Old Didion has gone completely bungaroo.
Jeanette, I found the sacks of grain, and the mice feeding on them. You need to explain everything. Right now.
By the elements. I told that damnable Fisher to cover his tracks. Oh!
Don't get yourself in a tizzy. Just tell me what happened.
I picked up the grain from the ship and paid the captain. On the same evening, I received a letter. A blackmail letter. The anonymous author demanded I call off the grain deal and threatened to kill me if I didn't. He wrote that the grain had been ordered for Cedric's gang. He told me to come to the shore where the boats are left to dry, and I got scared.
Show me the letter.
Here, take it. You'll protect me, right? I'm frightened.
Old Didion has gone completely bunkaroo. Yesterday he was talking about...
Oh!
Medicaments, medical supplies.
Kramer, I was able to locate your grain. Care to tell me who ordered it?
Huh? I'm under no obligation to share the names of my clients.
Yes, you are. Because of your grain, a man was killed at the port. Poisoned.
Oh, no. Please, don't turn me into the Artisanians. It wasn't my fault. It was Damien's man, Bloom. He ordered me to do it. It was all him. Bloom ordered poisoned grain for both Damien and Cedric. He's waiting for me at the crypts across from the Artisanian delegation.
This port is not unlike a hornet's nest. Even Damien is involved.
It seems Kramer ratted me out after all. What now? Will you bring me to Artisania for execution, or do it right here?
Neither. Cedric is dead. I killed him.
Then the world's free of one more scumbag. That scoundrel Damien's running multiple gangs to keep everyone under his heel.
Now who are you? And why do you hate Cedric so much?
I'm Damien's errand boy. I bring food to his cutthroats. It's lemon drops here, raspberry juice there. You have no idea the awful things I've seen. Damien's been feeding an army of ghouls, not humans. That's who I intended to poison with the bread. But the grain never arrived. I swear I'll burn down Kramer's house and goods, as promised. You'll pay dearly for betraying me.
Don't be hasty, friend. There's someone else in the port who wishes Cedric ill. He intimidated the port workers and disrupted the delivery.
Always gotta break your back when old Ulagi's on your track. It's time to run for the hills then. Who knows who Kramer will blab to next. As for you, take this gold. I set it aside to pay for the grain, but since you've done away with Cedric yourself, it's only fair the gold should be yours.